What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ, and today we're getting political. Not really. Maybe a little. Alright, so yes, I figured I'd start off the intro a little bit more lighthearted just because the rest of this video is kind of serious in tone, obviously. I'm putting this up a week after the recent shootings in Texas and Ohio. Just horrible stuff. And you hear arguments coming all over the place, and everybody just gets more and more angry, and it's really it makes other people angry because they get frustrated listening to it without actually seeing anything get done. And it's just this stupid cycle of just anger that just seems to keep getting more and more, and people are looking to place the blame here and there and all over the place. And obviously, I'm not a political channel or anything like that. I try to keep any and all politics off of my channel that I can. But I figured there were a couple of things that I wanted to say, and quite frankly, the people that probably need to hear some of this the most aren't even ever going to see this. So, but it's kind of as somebody who makes videos, it's I think I've mentioned before, it's a little therapeutic, and it feels good to just come on and just kind of say like vent your frustrations a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And obviously, my channel's focused on video games, so that's kind of where it all ties together. And that's basically how some people in the news and some people out there are doing what we've seen so many times whenever there's a tragedy or any kind of violence that's being displayed in the real world. They look for something to blame, and a lot of times it falls on video games. And it's tired, and it's old, and it's so false and not even remotely true. There's plenty of other things that you can blame, or at least argue for blame before this. It's astounding to me that people actually still think this is a viable excuse for these things that keep happening. And it's so frustrating. I guess my best way to explain it is for me, video games have always been, and I've made a whole video on this, on what they've done for me and what they mean to me. But in my experience, and I've looked online to see why does this keep happening? Why do people keep coming up with this thought that there's some connection between the two, and that somehow people play violent video games or that kind of stuff? And heck, this is coming from somebody who doesn't play super violent video games, but I have, and it's never made me want to go out and do these things. And I understand there's a component of being mentally ill involved with that and everything like that, but at the same time, if anything, it's done the opposite. I've never ever wanted to go out and commit atrocities in real life, but there have been times where I've been frustrated and angry in my life, and video games have done the opposite. They've calmed me down and actually gave me something to vent those frustrations, that anger into. So you take that energy and you put it into this virtual world where, what you do doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And that's kind of how I've always looked at it. And I know so many people who have look at video games the same way. It's an escape. It's a way to deal with those issues. It doesn't cause them. It does the complete opposite. And it's so frustrating to see just this amazing hobby get blamed for these horrible things that are out there. I don't have a lot of super deep insight into much more than that regarding the subject, but I feel like that's enough. No, there's no connection between the two. You know what I mean? It's just really frustrating. I mean, heck, I'll play video games later today just to freaking calm me down from making this video because I'm a little worked up right now. Like I'm just like talking about it just kind of gets me so frustrated and angry. And it's like I don't understand why people can't just tell the truth and like trust me, I have my own political views. I have my thoughts on why things go different directions and where to place blame and stuff like that. And there's plenty of arguments to be made for and against what I think in that regard. But when it comes to video games, there's really not any evidence. There's no arguments for it other than just, well, we don't want to blame anything else because that might hurt. You know, I'm not going to get into... Almost went there. But, I mean, they need something to blame. And they're doing it on something that's convenient. And quite frankly, it might also be because they know it'll go away. Because they know there is no evidence to support it. That way it can go away again, and you can just sit back and wait until the next one happens. And that's so frustrating. So yeah, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Because it's, like I said, for me, it has always done the opposite. It has completely calmed me down, and it has helped me deal with problems. It has helped me to get through things and given me a distraction from when I'm feeling angry and frustrated. Like I said, I know tons of people who it's done the same thing for, and I do not understand why anybody would try to blame that, and quite frankly, risk, like, I don't think it happened, but there was that rumor that Walmart was going to start taking video games off their shelves. Like I said, I don't think that'll happen, but at the same time, like, God, if it did, and that kind of, like, started into some kind of snowball effect, like, you would literally be doing the opposite to society and taking away a way for people to vent their frustrations in a virtual world that doesn't hurt anybody. Like, I don't get it. It's frustrating. It makes me angry, and like I'm rambling again. I know, because that's what happens when I get worked up. But like, what are your thoughts? Because I'm curious. Again, try not to like. I'm not looking for arguments on what to blame or anything like that. So if you want to put that in the comments, I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather you just, keep that out of it. But as far as just keep it connected to the subject of the video games themselves and why, like, what have they done for you? Why should we not be blaming them? I mean, because there's a bajillion reasons you could name for, like, the benefits that they provide to society, rather than this stupid, tired, old argument that goes nowhere and means nothing. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to come in and say, and I'm going to go play a game now and save the world, virtually. But thanks for watching, and as always, keep on gaming.